is trying to reconnect. Hey there, it's Deb. It's almost 9 o'clock, and as promised, we're going to start doing this create and gather. So I'm going to just wait a couple minutes while I'm getting set up, probably like 1 minute. So if we've got people out there that want to go ahead and join, go ahead and join. And as you pop on, let me know you're on, say hi or where you're from. So I would love to know where you're watching from. We are going to be doing milk paint versus chalk paint tonight, and I would like to thank my lovely assistants this evening. Beth and Jacob are here to help answer any questions that we may have come up. This is something brand new for me to do live posts in the evenings, and I just got Maddie to bed, and so I'm ready to paint with you guys. I don't know how long we're gonna go tonight, but that's gonna kind of depend on if you have questions and what you wanna talk about. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I will repost this so you can watch it later. And I'm hoping to figure out if my 8-year-old can figure out how to transfer the videos over to YouTube. I think that'll be an easier way for you all to keep up with the videos. And so I'm gonna try to do that when we're done. So we're gonna be working on this little piece. It's gonna be a 2-part process. This Thursday, I'm gonna teach you about how to paint it. And then next Thursday, I'm gonna come back and I am going to show you how to distress it, wax it, and change the hardware color. So I wanna be able to do a 2-part series so that I can actually take you through the entire process of how we actually paint furniture. I'm going to start by talking, and I'm sorry, I'm going to be turning my back to y'all. I know this is a new thing. And how about this new workshop? It's fabulous. We've got great classes planned, so it's a great place to paint, and I'm loving it here. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and get started with milk paint because I want it to sit for a minute before I start painting with it. This is milk paint. We sell Miss Mustard Seed's milk paint. We have been stockists for over 4 years for both Annie Sloan Chalk paint and Miss Mustard Seed milk paint. They're both the best 2 paints on the market in my opinion, and I love working with them every day. Milk paint is a powdered paint. It comes in a powdered form. When you come into the store, this is how it's packaged. This is the large size, which will equate to about 70 square feet, and this is the small little package one that will just do a little bit of a little tiny chair, some picture frames, just a way for you kind of to get going with it. When it's in its package, it'll last forever. You can will it to your children, you can keep it forever. But once you mix the water with the paint, it's good for about 2 weeks, and then you've kind of got to throw it out. So I usually do smaller batches and then make more if I need it because I don't like to waste anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix the milk paint. While we're talking, I've put 2 tablespoons of the powder in my little cup, and I'm now going to add 2 tablespoons of water. I actually, and I'm off the camera, I actually like my milk paint just a little bit thinner, so I add 2 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons and just a little smidgen more. I like that about milk paint. You can kind of customize it to how you want to make it. So I've got this little whisk that we sell here in the shop. I really love using that to mix it. I think you all can hopefully see me mixing this. I like to kind of talk about milk paint is very easy to mix. It's like making hot chocolate. A lot of people are very intimidated by milk paint because they're like, you mean we have to make paint? And I'm like, if you can make hot chocolate, you can make milk paint. So who has not made hot chocolate in their lifetime? So we're gonna mix it. I also like to talk about the fact that it is a kind of like a pancake batter effect. I mix it while I'm cleaning my piece, and then I let it sit for a few minutes. When you let it sit, all of those really good pigments in there and the clay and the limestone and everything that makes up milk paint has an opportunity to all mix well. So I've mixed it, and now I'm gonna put it away and I'm gonna let it sit, okay? At this time, I would go ahead and clean my piece. However, I've already cleaned it. And those of you who know me know that I absolutely love Lysol wipes. So I cleaned this little guy in Lysol wipes earlier today in preparation because nobody wants to sit on here all night and watch me clean a piece of furniture. So I went ahead and cleaned it prior to now. And my plan is I'm going to use both milk paint and chalk paint on the same piece of furniture. I do that quite a bit. I love both. Sometimes I pick which paint I'm going to use based on the color, and sometimes I pick it based on the piece of furniture. Now, you all know that I love vintage furniture. The older the better. That's my style. And with the older pieces, a lot of times I will gravitate towards milk paint. I feel like it's more period appropriate. I feel like it's doing something to the piece that would have been done to it when it was manufactured. Other times I just love the color Eulalie Sky and I want to paint it in Eulalie Sky. Milk paint does not do well on super slick pieces of furniture. The 1980s cherry furniture from overseas, it won't stick to it. It'll roll right off of it. So in that case, we would add bonding agent to it, which I didn't grab to show you, but let me show you. This is bonding agent, and it's an acrylic-based solution that you would add to the bonding or add to the milk paint that would get it to stick to really slick surfaces. But the other thing that I will do sometimes is I'll go ahead and paint it in chalk paint. Chalk paint will then become the primer, and then I can paint milk paint over it. So the one thing that you can be assured of when you do milk paint is that it gives it a very old-fashioned primitive look. So in many regards, it is very unpredictable. It can chip, it can crack, it can flake. It can do all those fun things that I love about milk paint. But in the other regard, you can always kind of know that it's going to give you that really old-fashioned primitive look. So I love it. So we're going to check on it. I'm going to do the drawers or the doors of this piece in milk paint, and I'm going to do the frame of it in chalk paint. When you come into the store, you're going to see these sticks, and tonight I'm going to be painting in grain sack. It's a really pale gray, and when you see these sticks, you're going to think it's 3 different colors, but it's not. These are 3 different waxes, and like I mentioned, I'm going to do the wax video next week, but this is clear wax, just clear. This is with white wax on it, and then this is with dark wax. So it's not 3 different colors of paint. This is all grain sack, but it's 3 different colors of wax on there. Hey, Maria. Critter's watching, and Lynn. Yay! There's people here. I feel so excited. Let's talk about chalk paint for just a moment while I'm waiting on the milk paint. Chalk paint we sell is Annie Sloan. Annie Sloan is the chalk paint. She invented chalk paint, and it's an amazing paint. It's very heavily pigmented. When you come to the store, chalk paint is available both in quart sizes and the little sample pots. The quart size of chalk paint will go forever and ever and ever. You can paint numerous pieces with the chalk paint in the quarts. And the sample pots are good for a chair, small table, a side table. Hi, Judy. And it goes a long ways too, so you get a lot of bang for your buck. With chalk paint and milk paint both, very little prep. You can see that this is all I did. Lysol wiped and done. And chalk paint will stick to just about any surface. I've really never had anything it has not stuck to. I mean, here's glass on the table, there's sticks, there's concrete, there's my gurney that I paint on. I think you can see the gurney in the video. The gurney's got paint stuck all over it. Metal, plastic, it's great for laminate. Hi, Donna. If you're painting laminate, the dressers from like the 1970s usually have a laminate surface on it. Chalk paint will work great on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and see how our milk paint's doing so I can paint while we talk. I'm gonna give it another quick little stir here, and it looks like it's about ready. So I am using just a synthetic bristle brush. I'm using one of the Annie Sloan synthetic bristle brushes for my doors right now. It's a great brush to use, and I'm sorry I have my back to y'all right now, but I'm just gonna get one coat on here so it can start drying. The thing about painting with milk paint is that it has 0 drag to it. If you all could be here right now, you can tell that this is literally like painting with water. There's no drag on the brush. It just brushes on really easy. This is a lighter color, but I'm still getting really good coverage with it. And I'll probably use 2 coats of this green sack on this piece. I'm just gonna do the doors on this. It's a little 1970s console table. They're great for entryways. And it's solid wood. We only do solid wood here at Cottle and Gun. And I'm slopping it on there. I hope everybody's having a good Thursday. I called this my triple play Thursday. I started off painting cabinets in somebody's house this morning at 8 o'clock, and then from there I came to the store, and now I'm creating with you guys. It's been a great, fun Thursday. Having fun. So you can see how fast it's going on. It dries really, really fast. I'm not going to worry. I've got a few little spots down there. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to be covering that with chalk paint anyway. So I typically put a little bit of a lighter coat on, both with chalk paint and milk paint. The first coat that goes on is rather light because I want it to dry faster. And the faster it dries, the faster I can put my next coat on. So that's it. We don't have to be concerned about brush marks with milk paint because it will just, they go away. You don't really see them because it's such a thin paint. The important thing to do is, now that I've got my full coverage the way I like it, is I'm going to put the brush down. You don't want to overbrush either one of these paints because they are so fast drying. They don't like to be interrupted. So as soon as they start the drying process, they're going to keep drying. So if I were to keep brushing it and brushing it, the ink is confused and it doesn't know what it's supposed to do. So know when to put the brush down. Y'all hear me say that in class all the time. So on the other side, on the top and on the bottom here, I'm going to go ahead and put some chalk paint on. Now the chalk paint is very heavily pigmented, as I mentioned. Duck egg is very heavily pigmented. There's 3 colors that I have learned are great for if you want to make them go further. It's duck egg blue, Paris gray, and country gray. Those 3 colors have the best pigment of all of the 36 colors. You can see if I step away, you can see that the lockers are painted. I think y'all have seen the lockers. That's all 36 colors of lockers, and you can come in and see those.
Donna wants to know, how would this paint do on a wooden front door, or would it work?
Milk paint would do okay on a wood front door because milk paint's the only paint that will actually absorb into the wood. It actually binds with the fibers. We use it a lot in our classes, especially on raw wood. But I actually prefer chalk paint on outdoor pieces. The front doors at the old shop, we are in the new store now, they had been painted 4 years ago. I didn't do a thing to them in 4 years. You don't wax when you go outside. Both paints like to breathe. So my testing of both paints, I would probably prefer chalk paint on an outdoor use. I've got lots of pots painted in them, outdoor benches, my front doors. So I would probably stick with chalk paint. However, that being said, the milk paint, phenomenal on raw wood. We use it in all of our classes. We use it as a stain. You can add more of the water to it, make it more of a stain. And like I said, it will bind right into the wood fibers. I was looking, if y'all come down, I don't want to switch around the camera right now, but if y'all come down, we have lots of examples on the walls of classes. And in all of our classes that you take, whether you're making a clock or a sign, or you're actually making furniture painting or taking a furniture painting class, all of those classes, we do an introduction to milk paint and chalk paint. So we're not only letting you create and make something with us and craft with us, we also are educating you on the 2 different paints that we sell in the shop. So, and also how it equates to furniture painting. So I shook the chalk paint up. When you come down, we also have these little handy guides, and these are great too. Once again, all the same color. This is duck egg blue. This is with clear wax. This is with white wax, dark wax, and black wax. So all the exact same color, which is duck egg blue, but this is the way that all of the different waxes affect it. We also have this great little chart down here with Annie Sloan. This is duck egg blue mixed with every color of paint. So you've got every color mixed with duck egg blue, and these are all of the different colors that will, you know, come back or make with duck egg blue.
Janet wants to know, can you get a 2-color look or color to show from underneath with the milk paint like you can with the...
Absolutely. Let me get you an example of that. This is down at the store. I did this a little while ago. If there's a video about me doing this, these are all the different ways that we can actually make it resist. I painted this sugar mold in tricycle first, and then I used hemp oil, beeswax, furniture wax, wiped some off, and then a wax puck. And the thing about milk paint is it will actually resist, and it's beautiful. It'll make it look chippy. It'll make it look very old. You don't know if I've painted it today or if I have painted it 100 years ago and it's been hanging out in the barn. So this is a great example of layering milk paint. I love playing with milk paint in this regard. And you can actually make it chip. It's fabulous. I love doing that. This is duck egg blue as we're going to get ready to paint. This was a cabinet class that I did for you all, but this is duck egg blue layered over primer red for this kitchen cabinet. You can see that I painted in primer red first, and then I put duck egg blue over it and distressed back through to reveal the primer red. So I like layering with both of them. So that just happened to be duck egg blue as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint some duck egg. I just shook the can right before we started, so it's all good. I'm using my favorite Annie Sloan brush is the small round brush tonight because this is a smaller piece, and so I don't need a great big huge brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. You can see the amazing coverage that you're gonna get, which is, this is the first coat. Okay, now, with Annie Sloan paint, you can either really rough it up and make it very textured, which I love to do a lot, or you can make it all prim and proper. I'm gonna pop those doors open real quick. You can make it all prim and proper. You can create brush strokes or you can make it really smooth. It doesn't matter. With this brush, you can do both. With the other brush that I was using earlier, the synthetic bristle brush, it's more for smooth surfaces, but I can still get really good texture on it as well. But when I texture paint, I love using this brush. It's great. So the benefit of using the round brush is it holds a ton of paint. You can see that I'm going to be able to do pretty much all of this with one little daub of paint. I loaded my brush once, and I'm now doing the whole front bottom of this, and I can keep going. So it holds a ton of paint. It's well worth it. I know that the Annie Sloan brushes are expensive, guys. I know they are. But any of you that have used them always come back to me and was like, you're always like, why didn't you tell me to buy this earlier? Because it's amazing. They're just amazing brushes. These brushes I've had as workshop brushes now for 4 years, and I paint every day. And I mean, they're fabulous brushes. I can't say enough about them. I'm gonna get a little bit on the side. I know you can't see the side, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it on the side here too. We've got lots and lots of tools in the new workshop, guys, to show you, to give you examples. It's been a dream come true to be in here. I love it in here so much. It's just been fabulous. I just want to make it a place for y'all to come and gather. You know, the Create and Gather is kind of a ode to C&G, which is Cottle and Gun. And we thought, you know, what do we do here? We create and we all gather. So for our classes we gather, for, you know, support we gather. And I can't tell you, I had a lady in yesterday, she knows who she is if she's watching. And she comes in, you know, once a week, every other week, and she buys paint. And she always tells me that it's way cheaper than a therapist. And I agree, because I started painting many, many years ago as therapy, and I continued to paint as therapy. It's great. I love it. It's very, very fun. There's no odors to these paints. There's no VOCs. They're great. You can paint right where you sit. You don't have to haul the furniture out into the garage. Drop a cloth wherever you are and paint away. So now you can kind of see it coming together. You can see how fast I'm painting. Go ahead and do this other door. I should have done it anyway. And look at that sloppy mess right there. Okay. Don't do as I, or what is that thing? What do we say? Don't do what I say, say what I do. Yeah, that's exactly. Do what I say, not what I do. Hi, Whitney. Whitney, we're in our new space. Whitney's so excited, guys. We are making clocks on Saturday, and we still have a few spots left. So go ahead and put a plug in for our class. On here, clocks. Look at these amazing clocks. So we are making clocks on Saturday. They're great big clocks, and 24 inches in diameter. They're a working clock. And we have super fun. This is done in milk paint and chalk paint, so we even give you the battery and you can take it home and hang it up on your wall. So that's Saturday at 10 o'clock. Y'all will be our inaugural class, our very first class. I don't know, Whitney, we might have to bring treats. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to make treats, but we might have to do treats because y'all are like our first ones, the first class in the new space. And we are so excited that, I don't know, we might just have to bring treats. We might have to bring treats from Publix, but we may have to bring treats. What is Jacob Sturgill saying on there?
He said, Whitney, you missed all the fun this afternoon. We rearranged the workshop again.
We did. Y'all know Jacob is my shop hubby, and his real wife is right here answering questions or helping me tonight. But Jacob, gosh, that man is notorious for coming in like 10 minutes before I'm wanting to go to dinner and be like, let's rearrange the workshop. So, like, but we did it, and it's way functional now. You know, it's great. For those of you watching too, y'all are gonna be the first to know this, but we are scheduling our Christmas extravaganza dates in the next day or so. So you all know that for Christmas extravaganza, we're not telling you what we're making, but you're gonna like it. Right, Whitney? You're gonna like it. We sold everything out last year for Christmas very quickly. I think we sold 3 classes out in 24 hours, so it was like amazing. Hey, Wendy.
She said, girl, you have more energy than 100 people.
Oh my God, I don't know where it comes from. You'd think I'd weigh 100 pounds. I don't know. I don't know where all this energy comes from, but sometimes I make myself tired. I don't know. I just love what I do. When you love what you do, you don't really feel like you work ever, you know? You just keep on going. Just keep on going. So this side is almost dry on this side. I don't know why I didn't do this side. Because I got so excited, you know? This is a new thing for me. You know that I love going live, but I have never really done like a live post where I can interact with you because the door is coming open and I'm in the middle of, you know, the day and the phone is ringing and customers are coming. And so I'm so excited to just spend these Thursday nights with you all. I mentioned last Thursday, you know, life gets in the way sometimes. You know, I'm a mommy, and there may be times where I can't do it, but I really want to make a great effort to always have Thursday nights as just this little place that we come and we create together. And y'all send me ideas of what you want to do. Next week, we're going to talk all about distressing and waxing on this piece, but I'm going to have some guests come. I've already talked to several guests in our community that are going to come and create with us on Thursday nights. And I just think it's a fun thing to do. If you all are not from St. Mary's, give me a shout out and tell me where you're from, because I know not everybody is from St. Mary's. I mean, I know that, you know, there are people that could be watching from California. I don't know.
The very first lady, Miss India, she said she's from Jacksonville.
All right. Well, speaking of Jacksonville, y'all know my BFF Maria lives in Jacksonville, and Rustapalooza is coming up November 10th. We are excited to be welcoming over 100 vendors back to our area again, and we will be welcoming them all with open arms, and we're gonna have a great time. I'm like super excited.
You've got Waycross and Chesapeake, Virginia.
All righty. Now, you'll know, you Waycross people, you know I'm also at Corner Market. So if you, I know I want to see you down here for sure, but you can go to Corner Market in Blackshear and buy all of the products that I'm talking about tonight. So if you can't make it down here, make sure to come and see me and Scott at Corner Market in Blackshear. And we are up there as well, so we make it really convenient for you all to get your paint products. So I'm really liking these colors together. I think they're going to be really pretty. So I'm a night owl. Actually, I'm an everything owl. I don't sleep much. The creative mind never rests. It's like I put my head on the pillow and I just think up all of these things. I don't know. My brain is crazy. But it's okay. I don't require much sleep.
November 10th is Rustapalooza, correct?
November 10th, yes. November 10th, we've got November 10th is Rustapalooza. It's Southern Coastal Christmas. And, oh my God, I'm already collecting. I'm so excited. You know that I just moved, and so Marie and I didn't get to go on our Girls Gone Pickin' trip this summer. And so we were like really, really sad about it, because every summer we take a big Girls Gone Pickin' trip, and we do World's Longest Yard Sale, and last year we did like 2,600 miles in 5 days, and we didn't get to do that this year, so we were like really sad. So, you know, I may be out west meeting new grandbaby. Well,
That's exciting too.
that's exciting, but maybe it won't happen quite then, so, you know, tell her to cross her legs, Wendy. So, okay, so I've got everything on here right now, and except for the top, because you don't want me to get on the ladder in front of this, because you'll probably have to call 911, and I'll be flat, or y'all will find me here in the morning. I'm not graceful at all. So it's very important to mix your milk paint up again. If it sits for a few minutes, what happens is the pigments tend to stink. No, it smells really good. Don't drink the milk paint. We've had that happen in class before. Don't drink the milk paint. Although it is all very natural and organic, don't drink it. It doesn't taste very good.
And you don't mix it with milk.
And you do not mix it with milk. It is milk casing is why they call it milk. It's the protein in milk that's in milk paint. But anyway, the pigments will sink to the bottom, and you want to equal them out and distribute them back again. So I'm going to put the second coat on here so you can see now And I don't know how long we've been on here, but it was totally dry. So we're putting our second coat on now.
It's 9:30 now.
Oh my God, I've been talking for 30 minutes? Well, y'all know I can talk. You hear Jacob in the background saying, yes, you can talk all right. So here's the second coat going on. And at this point of the game is when I kind of start creating and I start being an artist, I guess you could say. Like, I can't draw a stick figure, but I'm very good with color and I'm very good with paint. But don't ask me to draw. Mary Jane is our drawer. She's our artist, not me. But at this point, as I'm painting, I'm choosing where the paint is going, okay? I don't want this to be full coverage because when I come back in here and I distress it, I don't need to distress it everywhere. So if I didn't paint it right in there, I don't necessarily have to distress it in there. So that's where the second coat coming in is just kind of the artist part coming out. You all have an inner artist. Trust me, you have an inner artist. And I like to bring it out in you. So you guys can come and have fun here. I talked a little bit about last night while we're just waiting, and I'm not going to keep you on here forever tonight because I am a little tired, even though I'm not going to go to bed for 4 or 5 more hours. I did talk a little bit about the other day about studio time. Studio time is going to be offered here at in our new studio. It's going to allow you to bring a piece like this size or a chair or a side table, an end table, no armoires, no dressers, nothing that we have to get 3 guys to unload. But for small pieces, studio time is going to allow you to come in to the store, come into my studio, and you're going to be able to use all of my brushes, my wax. You do need to purchase your own paint. You can't use my paint, I'm sorry. But you can come in, and for $20 an hour, I will be here to help you in your projects. I will not do it for you, though. I will be here to help you. So if you need a little extra guidance, I'm happy to help you during studio time. I prefer that you've already taken Chalk Paint 101 to be able to utilize studio time. We do have a Bring Your Own Piece Chalk Paint class Sunday. Jacob's gonna go look at the board. The board says the 16th, September 16th at 1 p.m., which is a Sunday, is our next Bring Your Own Piece. So if you've liked what you've seen tonight and you want to learn these techniques, bring your own piece in on that day, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. Now, the duck egg blue was really, really good. I really didn't have to add any more if I didn't want to, but I'm going back in here a little bit and adding just a little bit more. So, here's and there's. See how fast it dries? Like literally. I did Annie Sloan 15 minutes ago, and it's ready for another coat. You can use a hairdryer too, if you need to get a hairdryer out. But most of the time, even on a small piece like this, by the time you start up here and you get down there, we're good to go. It's ready to just keep on going. So 16th at 1. Thank you, Whitney. Yay. So if anybody have any questions? I guess not. Does anybody want to say anything? Like, what you had for dinner, or, what? Have you been to the new store? Have you been to the new store? We have lots of exciting things going on at Cottle and Gun always. So, the delay.
I think in the answering the question.
I don't know. I see the monkey. I see the monkey. Well, if y'all don't have any questions, I'm going to take a bath. do something. Go eat dinner. I haven't had dinner yet. So go eat dinner. I'm really excited once again. Join me next Thursday. I'm going to finish painting this piece. And then next Thursday, we're going to talk about distressing it. And then I'm going to wax it. Waxing is the most thing that most people have the most trouble with. So I am definitely going to talk a lot about waxing next week because I know that that gives you a lot of trouble. And so I definitely want to talk a lot about waxing next week. So y'all have a great weekend. Come down and see us. Beth's going to be in the store tomorrow. I'm back to furniture paint or cabinet painting tomorrow. So come in and see Beth. And Whitney will be here on Saturday helping with class. Like I mentioned, we still have a few spots left. I think 3 or 4 spots left in that class. So come on down and take a class with us and create with us. So I'm going to say goodnight. You all have a good evening. Talk to you later. Bye.